University can be the best days of your life. These videos aim to help you make the most of your time at NTU and to help you think about what you'll need for your future profession. Let's talk about what you'll be working towards while you're here. NTU's courses are designed to help you develop several important graduate outcomes. We call them the 5 C's. Let's hear how students develop these outcomes.
We have so many projects, then every single one requires us to do presentations in front of the whole class. And we have lessons such as communication fundamentals that teach us the right way to do presentations in the real world. We have a course called organizational behavior. We are asked to do a creativity assignment. I mean, it's quite interesting to think about the world in 2030 and think about robots replacing human beings and how we are going to prep ourselves for it.
It really requires a lot of autonomy because right now technology is evolving really fast and we cannot really guarantee that we already have the latest thing in mind. So basically, you have to do a lot of research on yourself on the internet about what is the latest trend in technology.
We are also using a recycled cardboard. So all this is actually for us to really make sure that we have sustainable operations. We'd actually make sure that we understand that the environment is very important to us.
We went around Jurong West to collect canned food or food that households do not really want, and then we collect them and then distribute them to the needy families in the area.
We actually are tasked to think about a lot of ethical issues. For example, during one of my projects called aircraft design, we are actually to consider the carbon dioxide emission from the engines as one of the assessment criterion for our aircraft model.
Business law assignment, it was a report that we had to come out, and there was also a turn-in to ensure that we uphold integrity in doing our work. So it makes sure that students, we do not just copy and paste whatever we research from Google.
Employers will expect to see evidence of these graduate outcomes. While you're here, make the most of the opportunities presented to develop the 5 C's. To enhance your professional readiness, you'll be encouraged to develop critical thinking skills and teamwork. Learning at NTU requires meeting new intellectual challenges.
Recently, I actually had an ethics and moral assignment for my Principles of Management course, and what we had to do was to review the case study of Foxconn and to use our critical thinking skills to come up with solutions and to assess the case studies.
Let's hear about one graduate's experience in his job interview, showing exam grades are not the only important thing.
I was interviewed by every single team member in the group because they wanted team dynamics. Not only that you have a skill set that you can apply to work, but they need to know whether you can work with the team.
Let's finish with some advice from current students.
My advice to the freshmen will be have an open mind when you come into university. Don't hesitate to make mistakes and don't hesitate to try out new opportunities given to them. You will never know unless you try.
I would say read a lot because when you have reached university level, you are more of a lot of self-directed learning and there's a lot of pre-readings to go about it. So when you have the habit of reading news or anything, this becomes very second nature to you.
The content is much more and the time period where you have to learn it is also shortened by a lot. So time management is a very big issue and professors are no longer going to feed you. So it's up to the students' individual willpower to learn.
One thing that I feel that students really must understand is to really ask. And it's not really just about in the classroom. Next time when you go out for work, when you have a problem, you really have to ask your superiors, ask your colleagues. Don't get stuck on it.
First off, you shouldn't panic. Because I panicked a bit, which I kind of regretted. But now I realize that you shouldn't panic about it. Instead, ask for help.
You have to adapt to the environment in Singapore. Try to interact more with the local Singaporeans and make more local friends.
University is not only about grades and exams, but it's also about learning how to learn through being challenged intellectually, being moved out of your comfort zone, changing old beliefs, taking risks, and developing critical thinking skills. Learning for a future which doesn't exist yet by developing your creativity. Learning to do useful things with what you know. Learning about how the world works and how it can work better in the future. Learning how to communicate with others. And developing an ethical framework to meet the challenges of the future. Why? Those are the things you really need down the track in your future profession to make you robot-proof, and in your life. To make the most of the opportunities at NTU, it's good to begin with the end in mind. In the next few videos, we'll look at learning spaces at NTU, learning support, immersive learning, and your NTU experience.